tribe. Hello there, family. Welcome back to my Christmas calendar. And if it's the first time here, my name is Miriam Nabunya and I'm a mindset, confidence, and life coach. Throughout December, I'll be going live every day speaking about how to guard your peace through different topics. And today we're talking about while walking into new rooms, guarding your peace while walking into new rooms. Instagram has changed their settings, so I can't see your comments, but just comment below as I speak, and I will get back to you as soon as the live is finished. So as this is a lunchtime live, we're just jumping into it. We're talking about guarding your peace while walking into new rooms. And I was watching a live by the psychiatrist and spiritual leader, Dr. Anita Phillips, and she brought up so many gems. And I had to bring this to you, my audience. We're talking about walking into new rooms and guarding your peace while doing so. I know many of you are negotiating new contracts, making new network within your areas. You are called into employee-employer conversations, and I want you to take these tools, this kit with you. So while walking into a new space, a new sphere with your peace intact, think about these 4 attributes. And this is what Dr. Anita Phillips brought up. Knowing, feeling, thinking, and doing. It's so powerful when you think about it, because most of the times when we are in new spaces and in new beginnings, we most of the time do, think, feel, and then go back to what we actually know. But if you twist that and start with knowing, what do you know? There is a reason why you are in this room. There's a reason why you are in this situation. What do you know? It's always important to talk about and to also embrace and embody what you actually know. Because many times when we get nervous, when we get opportunities, we feel like we have to compensate. We have to present a broader knowledge than we actually embody and just downplay what we actually know. So if you carry on to what you know when you walk into a new space, and then feeling, what do you feel about this situation? What do you feel about being in this new space? Because remember, I've spoken about this so many times, and I put so much emphasis in this. What you feel. What do you feel about the situation? You can only take responsibility for yourself. Not what anybody else is saying. Not the shoulda, coulda, woulda, but what you actually feel. Make space for your feelings. And most of these things, do them before you get into this room, because this is how you keep your peace. And when you have your peace, you can guard it. So we spoke about knowing, feeling, and now thinking. What do you think about this situation? Going into a meeting with your boss, you're going to talk about how the year has been. You're going to talk about the upcoming year and your part in it. What can you contribute with? So think about that. Know what you bring to the table. Think about what you bring to the table. You are an asset. Sometimes you don't feel like an asset. Sometimes people can't see you as an asset, but you have to know yourself that you are an asset. You have to know the asset that you are. You have to know what you put on the table. And this will help you keep your peace, because you don't have anything to defend. You don't have anything to protect in the context of what you know and what you're thinking, because you've already gone through those things. And then finishing off is what you do. What you do with what you know. What you do with how you feel. What you do with what you're thinking. In this season, this particular season, this last month of the year, people are acting out. People are getting triggered. You're probably getting triggered of stress, of shortcomings, things that you haven't had the time or feel like you haven't had the capacity of accomplishing. So that can really detect on how you act, what you do. Determine it, that's the word I was looking for. That can determine how you act out. So knowing what you know, feeling your feelings, making space for your feelings. I'll be talking more about this as the month goes on, but making space for your feelings in this season, in this situation, in the different meetings that you're going to have, and taking responsibility for your actions. What do you do with these feelings? What do you do with these thoughts? What do you do with what you know? Because sis, if we all can, first and foremost, start with what we know. There's so much power in just embracing what you know, because there's always a reason why people want to work with you. There's always a reason why people reach out. In these days of social media, a lot of people are reaching out to you. So there's always a reason why they're doing so. Do you know why they're doing so? Find that out. What do you feel about it? What do you think about it? And at the last, how do you act with all of this information you have about yourself? Because you can only take responsibility for yourself. Nobody can ever come and argue with you based on what you feel. Because what you feel is you. What you feel is your feelings. And you can keep yourself accountable for those feelings and place them in the right context, in the right situations, and in the right rooms. I know myself that I've recently noticed with myself. As you know, I speak a lot about inner work, because first and foremost, whatever we bring out in life, whatever ways we show up in relationships, at our workplace, in bringing our dreams and desires into life, is based on our insights. So that's why when I work with my clients, when I advise friends and loved ones, it's always based on what are you feeling? What's inside of you? What lives inside of you? Because that's the stepping stone to how you act, how you show up. Because not knowing these things, that will shake your peace. Believe me, it will shake your peace. It will shake the way you show up in your life, in the opportunities that you get. In these seasons, there's a lot of opportunities opening up. People are getting prepared for the upcoming year. People are creating possibilities, creating opportunities for themselves. You're probably doing that. I know many of you are going into endorsements. So when you go there, it's easy to forget what you bring to the table because you get so sucked into what they can do for you. But remember, enter these rooms with your peace intact by going through this list. And this list is, what do you know? What do you feel? What do you think? And what do you do? If you tick off these 4 attributes, these 4 pinpoints, you won't regret the outcome of the situation. You won't regret the outcome of an opportunity. You won't see it as missed opportunities. Believe me, because you know that you showed up with your fully self, with what you embody, with what you have accomplished, and can just see what you can add to the mix. And that, my sister, that will keep your peace. I'm all about inner peace and keeping it and guarding it, because there's so many things and situations and individuals that are out there ready to shake your peace. People gravitate to happy people. People gravitate to positive people, positive vibes. But there's also people that are not in touch with their inner selves. So they want to break others down. So when you end up in a situation like that, or if you end up in an environment where you see that, oh, this is making me feel a certain way, this is shaking my peace. That's just an inner feeling that you can feel. That way, just take a step back and remember, what do you know about the situation? What do you know about the individual? What do you feel about it? What are your thoughts about it? When you've checked in with your feelings, that is so important. We as women of color, especially we as people of minority, we are not taught on how to feel. We are not taught on expressing our feelings. So that way, of course, when you start feeling things that you can't put your finger on, then you can trigger frustration, anxiety, depression. And let me be your sign to remind you that it's time for you to think about you. What do you add to the mix? Because it's all about inner peace, showing up as your full self, showing up as your unapologetic self. And the only way you can do that is knowing what lives within you, what you bring to the table, and that's unshakable. You'll be in situations where you feel imposter syndrome, and that's studies show that people of minority actually feel more imposter syndrome than the normal Caucasian individual, and especially women. So set yourself up for success by going through these steps. And I promise you, sis, your peace will be intact. You'll be guarding your peace by going through these steps. And you can accomplish whatever in this season. That's what I had for you today. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for your trust. Thank you for your support. I love you. I appreciate you. And I see you. I wish you a lovely day, and I see you tomorrow for calendar day